to our video tutorial for the treat box. Obviously, if you saw the treat box in the photos and wanted to watch the video, you wanted to see how to make one yourself. So this is actually a very easy one because I'm only going to show you how to make the template portion of the box, and then I'll assemble it all and show you the finished product once it's done. But this is really the part that you kind of think, oh, exactly how did you make that box? Very simple. You start out with a piece of cardstock, which is 8.5 inches by 10 inches. So if you have a piece of cardstock that in your stash that, you know, has the pinks in it or the greens in it or things like that that you think, oh, this would match perfectly, you can certainly go ahead and use that. I've just chosen to use white. I didn't have a piece of cardstock that would work for us. So when you start, so again, 8.5 inches by 10 inches, you want to start by scoring. So on this 8.5 inch side, you want to score at 1/4 inch, 2 1/4 inches, 6 1/4 inches, and 8 1/4 inches. So 4 lines in there. Then you flip your sheet this way. I'm not going to turn it because I got some cut pieces, as you can see. Then when you score down the 10 inch side, you score at 5.5 inches and at 7.5 inches. Okay, so there's all your score lines. You got them all made. Now you want to cut out these two pieces. Okay, and the reason for that is because this is going to actually fold up and make that tall back piece, and this part will be your box fold. So at this side here, okay, well, let's just leave the paper the way it is so I can explain it properly, where you have your 8.5 inch at the bottom. At the 2 1/4 inch and at the 6 1/4 inch, we want to cut along those ones up until you meet your first score line, which is your 5.5 inch score line. Okay, and we cut those pieces right out. Wow, that was like magic, wasn't it? Maybe in my next life I'll be a magician. You also want to take and cut along the 7.5 inch score lines here, but don't cut them all the way through, because I'll show you. These ones are actually going to be, we'll just do this real quick here. This is going to be the sides of your box. So we don't want to cut those out. Okay? Then obviously we want to fold these ones in here to make the other part to your box. Okay? And fold your little 1/4 inch. You can probably see that. Fold your little 1/4 inch ones over, because those are going to be your glue strips. Okay, so there we go. So when we fold this box together, let me just fold these other score lines here. I haven't done these just yet. Boy, isn't it fun watching people fold score lines? Isn't that why you tuned in? You thought, oh, how do you fold a score line? I know. So now we have our box template here. And so when we fold this up, let's just tuck you in. You can see now, obviously there's no glue on here, but we can see how this is going to glue up, where our little 1/4 inch pieces are going to fold around. Let me see if I can do this properly. This is going to go up. This little 1/4 inch folded piece is going to go around that. Okay, so that it folds through like that. And then you're going to glue your back on just like that. Hopefully you can see that in the camera. So that'll end up gluing on like that. Okay, so there's your simple box template. Now the last thing I'll let you know before you do that is this is obviously going to be the front of our box here with these two little 1/4 inch folds on it. We have our piece of paper that goes across the front here, and I'll fold these little score lines because I know how this is why you tuned in. You want to know how to fold a score line, right? This piece of paper, okay, which is our front, is a piece of paper which is 2 inches by 8 inches, okay? And our score lines are at 2 inches and 6 inches, so basically 2 inches from each side. So before you fold your box and glue your box together, you want to place that on there and glue that on there, so it just makes it so much easier because everything is folding together, and then that way you get the nice piece at the seam and stuff like that. So there it is. There's how the box is going to go together. I will see you in 2 seconds here where I will have the box completed, and you'll see how it looks when it's finished. All right, see you soon. And here is our finished box. Look at this. Isn't this great? Now, because my camera is actually overhead here, I couldn't put in all the raffia and everything else that you're going to see in the little Easter eggs. And, well, I may not have any Easter eggs left. They were chocolate. So I'll show you those. You saw those in the photo and stuff, so I'll just give you the empty box. So once we folded our box together, our box template, we put in this background paper, okay? And that kind of covers up, you can probably see in there, that covers up your folded over areas, the little gluing tabs and stuff like that. And the one thing that I forgot to mention is this back piece of paper here, this back paper, is 3 3/4 inches wide by 5 1/4 inches tall. So that's the only other dimensional thing that you kind of needed in order to complete the box here, but I love it. Imagine for your kids or for your grandkids, giving them this sweet little treat. They may be a little bit not into finding Easter eggs, or maybe you don't have time for it or whatever, but you wanted to give them something really sweet. How nice is this? And this takes no time. Like seriously, printing this out and everything else, you can probably do this in a half an hour, 45 minutes. And if you were doing a couple, maybe you had a couple of kids or a couple of grandkids, off to the races you go. Now this, we used our Good Hair Day kit. This is our Good Hair Day collection, which has all kinds of bunnies. There's Easter eggs in it. There's additional flowers, things like that. Everything that you see here actually comes in the kit. So this background paper is the pink floral paper, which is actually in the 2 paper pack, the Good Hair 2 paper pack. This ribbon actually is glued on. I didn't put any foam strips behind it, remember, I just glued it on top. But this ribbon that says Happy Easter, that is a ribbon that is in the FQB Good Hair Day. Obviously the bunny is in there. This happiness is being with those you love. That's this little thing that I put up on, and as you can see, put it up on some foam dots. Same thing with our bunny. She got some foam dots to pop her up. And the egg cluster as well is already done for you. It's in the FQB Good Hair Day. All you have to do is print these things out. If you have a Cricut machine or a Silhouette, it makes it easy for cutting. Luckily we had one, because you can see with my cutting skills, maybe it wouldn't have worked out as well. And the other thing that I thought of to include in this is we have this card that is actually included in the kit again. It has the little paper clip on it. It has the tag, everything else. Well, you could write your person's name on there and maybe a sweet little message, a Happy Easter message. You have something that could easily be tucked in, whether you tuck it into the top here, whether you clip it onto the side, or have it kind of, maybe you leave a little bit of unglued portion there, so you have that there, so everybody knows whose is whose, or you know, you hole punch it and put it on with ribbon. It's endless, obviously, but I thought this would be a really nice addition, because you could give them a little sentiment and have their name on top of it, so you know who gets what, in case there's some, you know, really good candies in there and you thought this person should have this. So there it is, folks. There is the box. It is done on all the sides there, and like I said before, if you happen to use cardstock, you would also have the colored back, or you could paste on background paper on the back as well, and complete it even more. But I hope you liked it. I hope that you'll try one yourself, because they are super, super easy to do. And what a great thing for Easter, which is only a couple of weeks away, a little more than a couple of weeks away. Something really sweet to do and handmade for them. Thanks for watching our video. I hope that you'll give us the thumbs up, that you liked our video, and please leave us a comment. Let us know how we did. Let me know if there's things that you saw in the video where you thought, I wish you would have tutorialed this, or I wish you would have tutorialed that because I didn't quite understand or whatever. I'm always happy, and I want to make good tutorials for you and good videos so that you can create these craft projects yourself. Thanks again, and we'll see you at the next video.